Hi students, welcome back to my YouTube channel RSK Competitive World. Student, in this video we are going to study about the integrated circuit. So see this one, integrated circuit. So integrated circuit is also known as a ICs. So this is the full form of IC is a integrated circuit. So the first integrated circuit was developed in 1958. Jacques Kilby and Robert Noyce. See here the Jacques Kilby of Texas Instruments and the Robert Noyce of Fairchild Semiconductor. These two people they developed the integrated circuits in 1958. See what is the definition of integrated circuit? An integrated circuit or IC is a small chip, is one of the small chip that can function as an amplifier. It will act as an amplifier, oscillator, timer, microprocessor, or even the computer memory. The function of this IC is same as like of a amplifier and oscillator microprocessor. An IC is a small wafer usually made of silicon. Silicon is the semiconductor, so ICs are used to make ICs. The silicon is used, so that can hold anywhere from hundreds to million transistors, resistors and capacitor. We can design on that IC chip, we can design a transistor, resistors and capacitors. So this is the function and this is the definition of the IC. IC is how this is a very small chip and which is made up of a silicon material. That is the semiconductor material, and its function is like amplifier, oscillator and timer. So even a computer memory, how the computer memory will act, like that the IC is also acting. And in that IC chip there will be a transistor, resistors and capacitor we can design on that. So this is about the IC. So next, IC are used for the varieties of devices including the microprocessor, audio, video equipments and automobiles. ICs are often classified by number of transistors and other electronic components. Based on the number of transistors and other electronic components, we can divide these in these types. The first one is SSI, the small scale integration, which can support up to 100 electronic components per chip. In one chip we can design 100 electronic components on that chip, that is small scale integration. What about MSI, medium scale integration, which can support up to 3000 electronic components per chip. In one chip 3000 electronic components we can design on that chip. What is LSI? Large scale integration means 1 lakh electronic component in a single chip. Very large scale means 10 lakh component we can design on that. And USLI, ultra scale integration, can support more than 1 million electronic configurations in the single chip. These are based on the electronic components, how much the electronic component we can design on the chip, that is ICs. So these are the types. The next one, other types are there. Here there is a monolithic integrated circuits and hybrid integrated circuits. The hybrid integrated circuit is a thin film or thick film. And see here there is a monolithic circuit means what here? Monolithic circuit integrated circuits means in a one silicon chip we can design the other components. But in hybrid circuit means in one or two integrated circuit, in one or two silicon the chips we can use a two type of a semiconductor chips, two types of a material, means two silicons we can use here to design other components on it. We can use two more silicons here. So but in monolithic only in one single silicon chip we can design the other components on that. In hybrid integrated circuit there will be a thin film and thick film types. And the next one is through the hole technology, uses hole drilled through the PCB for mounting the components. For PCB means what? A printed circuit board. Printed circuit board means this type of a green board are there. In that we can design the capacitor, semiconductors and other transistor, other things we can design in this chip, and that is the printed circuit board. We can soldering all the components on this chip. So this is known as a printed circuit board, and this is hole drilled, and one side is a hole drilled here, and in that printed circuit board all the components will be mounting on that chip. So these are the some types are there in that. The first one is a SIP, DIP, CDIP and QIP. You can see these SIP, single inline package. SIP means what? Single inline package means what? See, this is the diagram, and here there is a one side the pins are there, other side there is a no pins. So this is single inline package. And what about dual inline package? Dual inline package means in the IC here the both the sides will be a pins are there. So this is a dual inline package. So this is also a dual inline package. Both sides will be the pins are there. So both side pins will be equal numbers. So this is a dual inline package, and this one is the single inline package. So next, QID means what? Quad plat package. Quad means what? In four sides there will be a pins are present here. This is also one type of a IC. In the four sides, that is known as quad. In the four sides also we can see the pins here, pin configurations. So this is a quad plat package. These are the types here through the whole technology, means PCB, printed circuit board. In that SIP, DIP, CDIP, QIP, these are the types. Next one, advantages of IC. So extremely small, 1000 times smaller than discrete circuits. It is because of fabrication of various circuit elements in a single chip of semiconductor material. We can use a single semiconductor material in this, that is available easily semiconductor material, that is silicon, and in that of small single chip we can fabricate all the components, means this is size will be very small. So this is the use or advantages of this IC. The next one, very low cost because of simultaneous production of hundreds of similar circuits on a small semiconductor wafer. In a small semiconductor wafer we can produce all the production is very high, because hundreds of similar circuits we can produce in a small time. So those are very low cost. These are available very easily. So more reliable because of elimination of soldered joints and need for fewer interconnections. And in that printed board we can solder the other capacitor, resistor and transistors easily. So if there is a we can exchange that we want to exchange the values of that resistor, we can easily exchange. So those are a more reliable. Elimination of solder joints also very easy. So, and the next one is lower power consumptions because of the smaller size. Lower power consumptions means what? There will be a no loss anything, because the very small size, so the no loss of energy in that. And next one, easy replacement, as it is more economical to replace them than to repair them. Repair is very little bit problem, because but it is easily we can replace the things, because having a low cost of resistor and transistors, so we can replace the things, all that chips easily, avoiding the repairing. So increased operating speed because of absence of the parasitic capacitance effect. Increased operating speed because of absence of parasitic capacitance effect. There will be a no capacitance effect in these circuits, so that increases the operating speed, means in operating speed is very high, so we can get the output easily. And close matching of components and temperature coefficient because of bulk production in batches. Close matching of components means we can use a resistor capacitor in the same order of the values, and also temperature coefficient. And because the bulk production in batches means what we want in industry is the final product, how there will be a, so to maintain that final product we can use the matching components. If there will be a capacitor is 1000 microfarad, then resistor is 10 ohm, like that we can use temperature coefficient and components values are in correct manner. So improved the functional performance as more complex circuits can be fabricated for achieving better characteristics. Improved functional performance as more complex circuit can be fabricated for achieving better characteristics means we can achieve some output correctly, means we can use that how the complex circuit will act, like that we can use these semiconductor chips. Greater ability of operating at extreme temperature means at a very high temperature also the ability of operating is very good here. So these are the advantages of IC. The next one, limitations means there will be some disadvantages. The individual component or component cannot be removed or replaced. Therefore, if any component in an IC fails, the whole IC has to be replaced by a new one. Yes, these ICs are very low cost. If there will be a one capacitor or one resistor is damaged, then we have to replace all the IC chip. So you replaced in while doing the labs also. If the IC is heated, then that will be damaged, then you can use the other IC. Like that we can use the other IC, we can replace the new one. We don't solder the other capacitor or resistor if that gone. So like that, this is the limitation. This is one disadvantage of this IC. The next one, it is not possible to fabricate inductor and transformer on the semiconductor chip surface. Yes, it is a disadvantage because inductor and transformer characteristics we cannot soldered on the IC chips. If you want that inductor you want to use, then the body inductor and transformer you can use. It is not possible to fabricate on semiconductor chip. High grade PNP assembly is not possible. So high grade PNP means this is also transistor, it's not possible to fabricate. And low temperature coefficient is difficult to achieve. I told you in advantage there will be high temperature we can use for this, but low temperature coefficient is difficult to achieve. In some level we can achieve using a low temperature coefficient, but it is difficult to achieve low temperature, very low temperature. Next one is IC 555 timer. That is I told you about IC, and different types of ICs are there. We having their numbers, something number IC 7400, IC 555 timer, like that. The first one we will see IC 555 timer. In that this is the IC how it looks. See, this one is the IC. You can consider how you have to give the numbers 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, like that you have to give the numbers for that. And also you can see in while connecting in breadboard which one is the first number. You can see here in see, this is the IC. Now here this is IC, which one is the first number, second number, third number, fourth number. You can identify by using this small hole here, like that. The IC which is having, like, you can use here or wherever. If there is a IC is like this, then where is the first number? You have to choose. If the IC hole is like this, small hole, you can choose from left of this one number, 2 3 4 5, like this. Okay, if this is 8 pin value, means here 1 2 3 4, next one 5 will be here, next 6 7 8, like that. If there is it's a 14 pin value, then 1 2 3 4 5 7 up to here, 8 9 10 up to 14. 1 2 3 4 5 7 up to here, 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 up to here 14, like that. You have to choose how. This is hole and from left side of this hole is 1. Okay. So see here 555 timer. You can see this is 8 pin configuration here. So the first one is, this is the small hole, and from this left is 1, 2, 3, 4. Where is 5? 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pin configuration. In that 8 pin configuration, the first one is ground, and second one is trigger. This is output, reset button, and fifth one control voltage, sixth one threshold, seventh one discharge, eighth one power supply. So these all circuit diagram you can see here. Okay, so here you can see where is first one ground. Here the first one is ground. Where is first pin here in the circuit diagram? See, this is ground. Second pin is trigger. Okay, here also trigger. Third pin, where is third pin? Output. Here output. Where is reset? This is fourth one, reset. Fifth one, controlled voltage. Controlled voltage is fifth one. Next, sixth one, threshold. This is sixth. Seventh, discharge. Next, eighth, power supply. This is the power supply. Okay, like this we have to see the circuit diagram here. Op amp is used here. The two op amps are used, and flip flop, and these are the transistor, inverter is using. By using these all, we get the IC 555 timer circuit. Okay, means this circuit we have fabricated in the chip, means that is the given the these configurations. You can see these how the configurations will work. How, what is the ground now? Here the first pin is ground. The ground reference voltage low level means 0 volt. Means if you want to give, there will be a nothing connection, means VCC supply, and this is the ground, means 0 volt. That is the ground. It indicates that 0 volt. What is trigger? The output pin goes high. A timing interval starts when its input falls below 1/2 of controlled voltage. Whatever we give the input for that falls to 1/2 of that voltage. How much the controlled voltage will give, no, that much, which is typically 1/3 VCC. Means after falling the 1/2 of controlled voltage, it will become 1/3 VCC, and controlled being 2/3 VCC by default if controlled is left open. In other words, out is high as long as the trigger low. When the trigger is low, then output is high. The output of the timer totally depends upon the amplitude of the external trigger voltage applied to this pin. If you given the trigger to the trigger pin, then that is depends on the output. Means how much you will give the trigger in monostable and bistable. You studied that. When the trigger is applied, the value will be high or low, like that. So which all the depends on the trigger pulse. The output is depends on the trigger pulse. So this is act as like that, means trigger pin, that is. And next, if you want to give the trigger to some values, means you have to give that pin, you have to connect it to this pin, whatever the trigger pin is there, no, there in IC. Here this is the trigger, second pin. Okay, next, output. What shows output? This output is driven to approximately 1.7 volt below positive VCC or to the ground. Means output means if you want to see the output, then you have to connect to that pin, whatever the output is we are getting now. This is simply the given like this, but how much you want that output, you will see by using connecting that circuits. The next one, reset. A negative pulse is applied to this pin, due to which it is referred to as a reset pin. When this terminal is not to be used for reset purpose, it should be connected to positive VCC to avoid any possibilities of false triggering. If you want to get a high output here, then you have to reset the buttons. it its work is there, then you have to reset that button, means you have to connect to reset button. If not is not used, then you should connect to that positive VCC, reset button directly to the positive VCC, to avoid any possibilities of false triggering. Means if you connect it to the positive VCC, then there will be no any false triggering here there. Next, control voltage. It controls the threshold and trigger levels. The external voltage applied to the pin can also be used to modulate the output waveforms. Controlled voltage means what? Whatever we will give the voltages, no, in that sometimes it will be a very high, that will be a very low, it will go like to avoid that, it will helps. The controlled voltage controls the voltage, how much we want, how much the circuit is using, that much threshold or trigger levels will be controls the control voltage. Next one, threshold terminal. This is not inverting input terminal of comparator. Comparator means those two op amps, which compares the voltage applied to this terminal with reference to a voltage of 2/3 VCC. Means the two comparators are there, means two op amps are there. One op amp is compared with the another op amp, that is comparator. So this is non-inverting. Inverting and non-inverting are there. So in that you have to connect with the threshold terminal to that comparator. So that will which compares the voltages, whatever you will apply to that circuit, no, that will compares how much that op amp will get and how much this op amp will get. These all compares their voltages. Next one is discharge terminal. This pin is connected internally to the collector of the transistor, and mostly a capacitor is connected between this terminal and ground. Discharge terminal means it's used to discharge or charges the capacitors. So it's connected to the collector transistor. Collector of the whatever the transistor is using, instead of op amp we can use a transistor also, or you can in the circuit diagram you can see one transistor is there here. You can use here transistor also. Without instead of op amp you can use a transistor also. Then this connected to the collector of the transistor. So this is discharge terminal. And supply terminal is supply voltage of positive 5 volt to a positive 18 volt is applied to this terminal with respect to the ground. This is the supply terminal, means positive VCC. These all are the pin configuration of this 555 timer. They will ask in 5 marks what is the pin configurations. We have to draw the diagram of this pin configuration diagram. If they ask a circuit diagram, you have to draw this. Otherwise IC diagram they will ask more probably. So this is IC diagram, and pin configurations you have to explain. Next one, applications of IC 555 timer. It can be used as monostable and astable multi-vibrator. In monostable and astable multi-vibrator we can use a 555 timer here. Okay, I explained monostable and astable. In that we can use IC 555. Used for DC-DC converters, digital logic probes. Digital logic probes means what? In instruments some other digital logics are using. In semiconductor probes are there. In that also we can use IC 555. Totally in lab purpose we want to outputs and all, by using the IC 555 IC we can use there. Used as waveform generator. This is used in temperature measurement and control devices. Used for burglar and toxic gas alarms, and used voltage regulators. These are the applications of the IC 555 timer. Next, important features of IC 555. It operates from a wide range of power ranging from 5 volt to 18 volt. If you want to 18 volt up to 18 volt, you can use IC 555. Sinking or sourcing 200 milliampere of a load current. You can use as a source or use as a sink. You can use for up to 200 milliampere. The external component should be selected properly so that timing interval can be made into several minutes along with the frequencies exceeding several hundred kilohertz. In this this much frequency we can use for this IC 555 timer. Nothing will happen for this. And the output of the 555 timer can drive a transistor logic, means transistor logic means TTL, due to its high current output, means it will give a high current. So this the third one also indicates in this much frequency also we can use. So transistor logic means one transistor we can use to amplify the function of amplify, another the function of logic, means this is a TTL we can say. Yeah, and to drive this transistor logic also we can use 555 timer. It has a temperature stability 50 parts per million per degree Celsius change in temperature, which is equivalent to how much? 0.005%. For per degree Celsius 0.05% its cycle will be. And the duty cycle of the timer is adjustable. Duty cycle means if you want to give if the circuit gives 60%, it completes 60% duty cycle, means for 100 it completes the 60% output, means other 40% will be loss, like that. Duty cycle of the timer is adjustable. We can adjust this much. We want 60% you want, you can adjust this one. 40% you want, you can adjust another, like that we can adjust. Also the maximum power dissipation per package is 6000 millivolt watt, and its trigger and reset inputs has logic compatibility. Trigger and reset buttons we can use one and each other. You can use this for input, I can use this trigger for input, like that we can use for logic compatibility. So the maximum power dissipation per package is 6000 milliwatt, means dissipation means here there will be a not loss, like that. Means if you want a 6000 energy from this circuit we can use, means that is the power dissipation. Power dissipation means we want out of that circuit this much values, so we can get this much value, the maximum power dissipation per package we can get this much value, this much energy. So this is the important of feature of IC 555 timer. So study more by using this also, and you can go through the Google search about ICs. So you can study more and more about IC, then you will get in laboratories IC in the 6th semester lab you will use these ICs. And this today I explained about IC and 555 timer, and means IC 555 timer. So next class we will explain 7400 IC, and watch this and write notes, students. Thank you. Study well.